Economists and lawmakers lashing out the administration for what they say is stonewalling on information. The administration said it would be the most transparent ever. My next guest says the administration's living in la-la land. That's his phrase. Jason Chaffetz, chairman of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, who ran yesterday's hearing on this issue and the day before as well. Sir, welcome back to America's Newsroom.
Good morning, Bill.
This is Jason Leopold, Vice News, from your hearing. Listen.
I filed a FOIA request. They refused to comply with my FOIA request. They said it was too broad. I narrowed it. They still said it was too broad. I sued them. Recently, they said that we'll give you some documents as long as you promise to never file a FOIA request again and don't have anyone else file a FOIA request.
How is that legal?
I don't know, but they put this in writing.
Wow, there it is. What's going on here?
They are stonewalling. We heard from the New York Times, a former reporter from CBS News, a former AP writer. We heard from a number of people, outside groups, from Judicial Watch to Cleta Mitchell to a whole number of people saying this is a pattern of stonewalling. And this administration, the Obama administration, more than 550,000 times has denied requests for citizens, Americans, to get information from their government. And it's absolutely, totally wrong. We need to change the law. But we heard from national media, we heard from the watchdog groups, and it's happening across the board. But the administration thinks it's doing a great job.
It said in 2009, we're going to be the most transparent ever. That came out of the president's mouth repeatedly.
It did. And then on what we did find, which is new information, is April 15th of 2009, the White House actually clarified that because Deputy General Counsel there sent an email out, 3 paragraphs, telling everybody that if there are White House equities in anything you're going to release to the public, to the judicial branch, to Congress, to subpoenas, and in FOIA requests, it must come to the White House for its review. And that has put a bottleneck on that. That is new information. We had never seen that before, but we found it in the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, and I think it's creating this stifling effect. It's letting the bureaucracy know, don't let information out the door.
So you're saying the White House controlled all of this?
They literally sent a 3-paragraph memo saying if it has anything to do with a FOIA request, a subpoena, a congressional inquiry, don't just fulfill the request. Send it to the White House so that they can have a look at it and they can filter it. That is so different than what President Obama said on January 21st of 2009. Totally different. They had to clarify it, and they changed it. Had an effect.
The White House is striking back. Josh Earners yesterday said Congress should live by the same rules and the same transparency measures. You say what to that?
I say they've got to live up to the law. We have very open and transparent laws that are here in terms of Congress, but we can't do our job unless they provide the information. They just can't do that.
Explain to us in simple terms what the effect is when you do not get this information for years, Congressman.
Well, it's a delay tactic because in one case, as CBS News, it took them almost 10 years to provide the information. Then the administration's gone, and they just know that they can run out the clock. And I worry that's what the administration is doing now. They're just running out of the clock.
Anything going to change as a result of your 2 days of hearings?
By law, when you submit a Freedom of Information Act requirement, you're supposed to get a response in 20 days. You can have a 10-day extension. But there's no consequence if you blow past that for years. So we are... Congressman Issa, Congressman Cummings, in a bipartisan way, have a good FOIA bill, but I want to tighten it up. I want there to be a consequence if they don't fulfill that, and I also want to get rid of a lot of these exceptions that they can use as the administration to say, oh, we can't fulfill that request.
Well, some folks may think this is boring, but this is about openness in government. Jason Chaffetz, House Oversight Reform Committee Chairman, thank you for coming back today. Good to have you on.
Bill.
Martha.